live from Penn State University, Penn State News with breaking news. Hello, my name is Benjamin Craddock, and today I would like to discuss the evolution of modern language, specifically the significance behind how the mega company Google represents a 21st century paradigm shift, where technological-related brand names are evolving into icons, symbols, and empires that become a routine part of the lexicon spoken by people all over the world. Essentially, companies like Google, Skype, and products like Photoshop have adapted from nouns into verbs. For instance, Google to Googled and Googling. This apparent trend has caused many executives at Google Incorporated to issue a response. Larry Page, the co-founder of Google Incorporated and now the CEO at Alphabet Incorporated, did not agree with society's usage of the word Google as a verb for searching the internet, and believes it should be solely used to describe utilization of the Google search engine. However, their statements at Google have prompted the people to speak, and I have proposed an argument towards them. In order to understand this issue, I will exploit the reasons why it is appropriate for society to use the word Google as a noun and as a verb. So why do the executives at Google want people to stop using their company name as a verb? Before I answer this question, I should discuss the details behind the word. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, there are two definitions for the word Google, which was published in March 2006 in the Oxford English Dictionary 3rd edition. So the first definition says to use the Google search engine to find information on the internet. And the second definition states to enter a search term into the Google search engine to find information on the internet, to search for information about a person or thing in this way. Now the etymology states Google, a proprietary name for an internet search engine launched in 1998, and depicts of how Google altered the word Google, which represents 10 raised to the 100th power. And this is an allusion to the vastness of the internet. One important detail to those Oxford English Dictionary definitions is that they are both verbs. Neither of the definitions are classified as nouns. So what does this mean about Google's standpoint on this matter? We live in a Google-centric world where information about anything and everything can be discovered at the click of a mouse and even in the palm of our hands. Google has truly grown to become a household name. It is now synonymous with looking anything up on any search engine, not specifically Google. This viral spread exemplifies the evolution of modern language, especially with the advancement of technology. There are technological brands like Instagram, eBay, Amazon, Twitter, Facebook, Uber, Netflix, Skype, and yes, of course, Google. Sometimes we interact with these tech giants every day, sending tweets, posting on friends' walls, Skyping with relatives, Netflix and chill, and even Googling ourselves. The evolvement of the modern language to verbify brand names seems unstoppable, especially at the rate at which technology is advancing. As more and more companies jump on the technology train, the modern language will continue to evolve and certain words will diminish with fading technological brands. Take Xerox, for example. They campaigned with publishers to not use the word Xerox as a verb when the generic word photocopy was the intended meaning. And this is exactly what Google and Larry Page claim to be fighting against. They don't want people to use its name as a generic verb due to possible legal issues. Unfortunately, using the term generically threatens a company's legal right to a trademark. However, society benefits from using the term Google as a verb because of its convenience and uniqueness. Mr. Page and Google Incorporation, if you truly care about society, then you should not mind that people use it as a verb. If anything, you should be honored by the obvious compliment of all this. In an article by CNET titled, "Google Wants People to Stop Googling," Julie Coleman, an authority on linguistics from the University of Leicester, reflected on Google's stance. She said, "Normal people are using it in normal conversation and in writing, and they aren't likely to face legal proceedings." And Morgan McClintock, a PR executive of Silicon Valley, said that use of the verb is simply a reflection of everyday use. so it is appropriate for people to use Google as a noun and a verb, for it is adapted and evolved into much of society's everyday lifestyle. Google's growing popularity as a soon-to-be technological empire can be seen as early as October 15, 2002, in the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where the word Googled was first used on television.
Have you Googled her yet?
Willow, she's 17.
Today, society's use of the verb Google is in a much more positive light. Ellen gave her thoughts on the word Google.
You need to know something immediately, you can Google it now, and we're just dependent on technology. 10 years ago, if you said you were going to Google someone, you got written up by human resources. It didn't exist.
Here, Ellen exemplifies on how the verb's growing popularity and usage has changed the perception of the word Google from something that is negative to something that's a lot more positive. So Google on, world. Keep on Googling. And by the way, what is the definition of anthemaria? Well, according to grammar.about.com, anthemaria is a rhetorical term for the creation of a neologism by using one part of speech or word class in place of another. In other words, it is this concept of verbing, if you want to say, and the conversion of word use. And you might ask, how did I find that out so quickly? I Googled it. Have a good day.